I told y'all that before. I don't want my town hall meeting filmed. This is personal between me and the citizens.
Mr. Mayor.
I don't want it filmed. And if it goes on there, I'm gonna sue you.
What do you think that thing was there for?
I just thought he had that at first, but I didn't see his camera. I thought maybe he remembered that I didn't want it filmed. I do not want it filmed. I do not want it filmed.
Let's end our public meeting.
No, it's not. It's an informal meeting between me and my citizens to talk.
It's a public meeting.
Filmed. No, it's not.
It's on the website as a public meeting.
I don't want it filmed. All right,
Keep
please.
Well, let's leave.
That's my request.
Let's just leave.
I'll talk. I'll discuss anything with the citizens, but my town hall meetings, I don't want them filmed.
All right, we've stated our point. I don't think we should meet anymore. I've got other things to do.
Well, I do have something to say here.
Okay.
Seeing as how, you said that the council's not here to hear all of this.
They're not.
And they should be. But now you have heard it from the citizens. So we expect you to champion our cause in the city.
I'll take your concerns back to them. I'll tell them exactly.
Actually, I've got to give the council. I've got to give the council and the mayor one for this. They've been more diligent than the citizens.
Well,
and
not today.
I cannot. Well, no one showed up last time.
Right.
So I mean, I give credit where credit is due, and I'm more pissed off right now at my fellow citizens than I am at the council, and certainly not the mayor.
They should come out. They should come out.
It's
if
pathetic.
they have an interest in this city, they need to be out here.
It's pathetic.
They definitely need to be out here. Because you can't keep putting out enough, you can't keep stretching out your hand, and there's nobody wants to grab it.
And I'm wondering if the city ever thought of getting a price for repairing the old playground equipment.
You will have to ask the planning and development director and Mr. Barker about that.
It's kind of like the
I don't know anything about them reaching out their hand for anything. All I know is a proposal that they sent to the council. The council looked over it, argued over it, and made some decisions and gave him his marching orders. That's all I. That's all I know.
It's this. Now I hit upon something here because it's similar to the pool. Repair. The common knowledge of the repair price on the pool is $60,000. And you know what it would take to build a brand new pool like that?
But I'm gonna tell you something. If it had been up to me, and if it was just totally, if I had total say-so over the pool, period, to do something, I would have built us a brand new indoor pool down there. Believe it or not, I'd have took up that little field. I'd have put us a nice Olympic type of pool in there.
That's what we have.
Zero. No, we don't have no Olympic pool.
There was a big pool.
It's a nice size pool, but the pool that I went to Mercer University and saw, and it's wonderful.
The point I'm making is that the knowledge of $60,000 to repair the old pool did not justify its destruction.
You don't think so?
No, and I'm hoping that next time election comes around, on that alone, that anyone that voted for it should not be voted back in.
Like you to vote. That's powerful. You make your own decision about who you put in office.
Well,
but like I told him before, and I don't believe in putting rubber bands on stuff after a while. We had rubber band that pool to death. Your
car has a water pump that's out. You're not going to take it to the scrap yard. What would have been the price tag on repairing that?
If I got to a point where that car could not be repaired,
this we know, but I'm talking about a water pump. Was there a price tag on repairing the existing playground?
Well, you want me to tell you something about the water pump now? Because see, I know about cars. I had shots. If the plate on that car where the water pump fits against got so warped that I had to actually take it apart and have the whole block grinding down, I jumped the car. I wouldn't keep repairing.
I know what you're talking about. That would have been cost prohibitive.
But I'm just.
But I'm wondering
if you could afford a new car.
Oh, I can't afford a new car.
But theoretically, we're talking many people.
But theoretically, if I could afford a new car, I'd walk.
See, now I'm wondering.
Putting good money after that.
as we speak, I'm wondering now, what diligence did they do to find out what it would cost?
I'm afraid they did no diligence at all.
So which makes guilty as charged.
Well,
which means the city manager says we need to have.
Can I make a
guilty as charged
suggestion? Why don't you get off of that subject and get on? Let me finish.
is a lot of money.
Chris,
And if it was squandered,
would you
it's
let
only
me
the
finish?
tip of the iceberg.
Would you let me finish, Chris?
Hey, Manuel.
With your intelligence and your knowledge and what you know and what you can do, why don't you focus on something more positive
I mean,
to
like,
help the city?
you mean like
to help
getting
me-
our,
to help me move this city forward.
I mean like getting our
Give me-
paper ballot back?
I don't care what it is, but give me something that's constructive, something positive.
Like $75,000 to build a new railway station down there, where the whole world can see.
I would love to put a caboose over there. I'd love to put the old depot back over there. You know, I'd love
$75,000 would have gotten it just like that.
I'd love to do that, but see, that's not in my purview.
So instead we have playground equipment that was put in new where no one checked to see.
You keep going back to that same thing, Chris. You can settle that later on. But
It's-
why don't you focus on something that's going to help?
Council's out of control.
Then it's up to people to put it back in control.
Yes.
When you go to the leader, you vote.
That's the most logical thing you've said.
And you don't put people back into control by not challenging them.
You can challenge them every day, but that don't mean nothing when you challenge them.
They're not here.
Because
You know?
that's exactly it. They're
We've
not
already
here.
done that.
Exactly.
We've already.
They don't, it's, a lot of them don't, well, Joni's not here because of her mother. Joni would be here, but her
Well, that's
mother's
one out of
very
six.
sick. But, you know, other than that, no, they all should be here.
Yeah, I can't hold it. I can't hold it over the counter. We've already done it. I don't, you may feel different right now.
Well, I feel differently.
The onus is on the people, not the council on
The
this.
council not being here shows support for the mayor. Because I asked them to come to these meetings, please be at these meetings, they're important. And they should be here. It shows me, like we had at the retreat, I thought out of the retreat came unity. We had a real good understanding, some consensus in that retreat. There ain't nobody here. But everybody wants to work together.
You know, in figuring out this play, talking about it, the only other thing I have to say about playground equipment is that it just occurred to me, I don't know why it took so long, but I should have asked, just like I did an Open Records Act request for repairing the pool, I can just as easily do an open records request. Tracy, is there any evidence of repair prices having been done on that playground? And if she says no, and if she says no, there was no inquiry into repairing it. That makes that means
we went and asked if is it feasible to repair it.
What was it?
Do you remember what I told you? Do you remember what I said?
I'm talking about an open records request.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying about the discussion you asked Tracy. Was there any inquiry on repairing the pool? That's why we got the pool, because we did make an inquiry on repairing.
That's the same thing.
We had just put a $5,000 pump in there, and the damn thing went down again. And we went out to get.
Are we talking about the pool or the playground equipment?
Jumping back and
He
forth.
was talking about the pool.
He's
$60,000.
talking about the playground equipment now.
He jumped from there and he went to the pool.
Right, we both are doing it. It doesn't matter. It's the same phenomenon. You know, repairs could have gone a long way.
But the playground equipment was $75,000 and other improvements amounted to what?
I couldn't give you a figure if I tried right now.
It's a money laundering operation. Some contractors get money, and
No, they're not, Chris.
I'm sorry.
I look at who signs all the checks in the city? Who looks at all the bills before they're paid?
Yeah, I'm not saying.
You can ask these people, I just don't sign nothing.
I'm not saying.
I go through the bill and I ask questions.
Can you
about
tell
it.
us how many bids were put in on the work down there?
If I can remember correctly, I think it was about 11.
11 bids.
11 bids were put in on that pool.
No, not the pool.
Oh, on the playground equipment.
Not the playground equipment, on the whole project at the park. The $300,000.
Yeah, because I said in at the first one he had. The first one I said in there was 4 contractors, and the second one I said in there was 6 people in it. If I can remember correctly.
And they all submitted bids.
All you have to do is a record request form there.
So they do a proper study.
Who did that?
Yeah, the city hall. Because I think we have to keep them for a certain period of time, even after we select somebody, in case there's always, somebody can always come back and say.
I would think that you would need to keep them always
Well, there's a span of time you can keep bids that people put in.
You happen to know how long that time is?
I couldn't tell you, Sonny, I couldn't tell you.
I mean, is it a month? Is
But
it
I know
a
you have
year?
to
Is it
know,
5
yes,
years?
it's over a year. You have to retain them. Yeah, I think it's over a year.
Okay.
Because right now, I have in my box, I have all the pool bids. I have a box in my office of all the pool bids that I still have, that I won't get rid of.
You know, I don't really.
Hold on to those. We might have, need for those in the.
Manuel, let me say to you directly.
Well, Tracy will give it to you because she's got the
Okay.
copies.
I don't really, and I'm honest when I say this, I don't really think that you or any of the 6 council people threw any money under the table with Milam Park. I don't really believe that. What I mean is, I think that there's things, hundreds of thousands of dollars probably being spent wastefully, because that's what cities and counties do.
Oh, okay.
It's normal.
I grasp what you're
It's
saying.
normal for cities and counties to blow money.
Yeah, but you can bet your bottom dollar on this. Clarkston is not blowing money, man. We're squeezing it. And I mean, we're squeezing the dollar real tight.
But we question the priorities. We question $300,000 for park projects when there are probably other more important areas where $3,000 would be more important.
All right,
to spend.
then tell the council where the priority areas.
Well, council's not here today.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
He can, you can,
His
his statement is,
council.
Ransom's statement is appropriate. We gotta go to council.
Yes.
Tell them what the priorities are. Tell me you think the priorities of this place and the priorities over here.
I mean, what,
That's all.
you know, instead of sitting here with just Ransom, we should maybe for the rest of the time, jump in our cars, go over to Leonetti's house, knock on the door, say, hi,
We
guys.
should.
Go over to Dean's house, knock on Dean's door and say, Dean, can we, well, Dean will say, what are you doing here? And he'll say, well, I gotta go out with my wife somewhere, and we're going, well, can we get 5 minutes of your time? All right, 5 minutes. Then we go over to Hadlock's house. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's private, so then, that, it's not a public meeting, so we wouldn't be in private. So then we go over to the 3 of us. We go and knock on, who else do we know? Adam White's store.
Gene Brown.
I mean, that's the way the rest of this meeting should effectively be taken up.
That's probably
We've given Ransom up. He's given us our full attention. He's only one, and he doesn't vote.
I vote on him for his time.
It's important for council to be at these meetings, because at the other meetings, first of all, we can't say very much at other meetings. And when we do try to say something, it's always point of order.
You got to
Time's up.
Right. That's ideal.
I think you guys did not read the thing that was passed. I don't think y'all read it.
Oh, I meant
What
I have discretion over what's said at council, period, when it comes to the comments, period. They can't stop you from talking. That's what I said. When you come up to that,
What I'm saying is,
As long as you don't
policy has
lie,
always
cuss,
been 3 minutes.
or
What good is 3 minutes for one person to stand up?
you're not
and talk?
listening to me.
Let's move.
You're
I
not
am
listening.
This is
I have
redundant.
the discretion to say, continue, Mr. Knox.
Have you ever said that?
You haven't asked for more time.
Sonny, Emmanuel,
Nobody has asked for it.
we've got
Mr.
our citizens' comments.
Mr. Chairman, can I have another 2 or 3 minutes or whatever?
I-
Nobody has ever asked.
I have never heard that was an option.
It is an option.
I've never heard
Well,
that it's an
it's an option, Sonny.
Okay,
The
great.
chairman has the right to, I can extend that
Great.
comments to 30 minutes if I want to 40 minutes if I want to. They have nothing to say about it.
Sonny, we've got our citizens' comments.
Okay,
back.
Chris, all
With
right.
his help.
All right.
But the options are,
Okay,
when you
don't
think
try to shut me
when you
down.
think you have 3 minutes up there, and you got more to say, it's up to you to ask the chairman, Mr. Chairman, may I have 3 more minutes? And it's up to my discretion whether to grant it or not.
And what will your discretion be based on?
Basically, if it was a legit subject, I'll
He's the moderator of the meeting. That's what the mayor's role
I'll give
is.
somebody an opportunity to speak. But I don't want them to ramble on, I just want them to make their point, stick to the point, and get their point out.
If I was the mayor and there was a 3-minute timer and someone's at the microphone that's saying something wildly interesting and popular or whatever.
Exactly.
And the people really want to hear more, and I'm the mayor, and I sense that the people want to hear more, then I would, Madeline, aren't we going around door to door to some of these council people?
She leaving?
Oh, so that was a good idea. We ought to go and knock on doors. This is, I mean, we've got one city official here. I've got other things to do, not to slay.
Well, I am striking out. I'm going to get the council changed in the next 4 to 5 years. I'm going to get the council cut down to 4 people, and I'm going to
see that.
I've submitted this to a district.
I completely disagree.
Oh, well, you know one thing? If you have a district, somebody that lives in your area, your council person lives in your area, that's you can take it directly to them. Period. You don't have to run all over the city to 6 people. You'd have a district councilman in your district that you can take all your concerns to. And it's up to them to resolve your concerns. Period.
Yeah, I don't.